Voss was the face support in the safe lane, and they had FNG Skyrath and the Clockwork from, and almost every single one of these heroes never came online. It was. I'm feeling right now we're going to be in the same situation where we almost go like, do I dare say ESL1 Frankfurt style? 22-0, man. 22-0, but opposite way around, because that was IG slapping down EG.
Yeah, it could very well happen. C9 have left themselves pretty vulnerable in the early game, especially with the Shadow Shaman and the Faceless Void picks. If they manage to get some roaming out of Pi and AUI, then they can maybe hang on through the early game and they can get Bone7's Prophet online. He can start making some space to maybe grab 1 or 2 kills with Chronosphere, and they can start to get the split push engine, which is, Bone7 split pushing, Fada defending, and Eternal Envy finding pickoffs going. But I think the EG lineup is going to be so absurdly fast. They even got the opportunity to jam a Necrobook in here as well, because if you look at the lineup, Universe, Arteezy, or Zai could all purchase the mech. Not to mention Fear, but I think Fear is going to be going straight for Blink. So they got 3 potential mech carriers, and one of them could quite easily just go straight Necro this game after, maybe Yule's on Universe or something like that, or he could just go Tranquil's Necro. Screw it. And that would be a really big problem for C9. So I think C9's only hope at this point is to see if they can get some successful roams out of their supports in the early game.
If they can get successful roams, I will be really, really surprised. It's like everyone, yeah, they just freaked the crap out because we just started. Like, Arteezy just drops his phone, which he seems to be. So what do you do before you start up? I gotta tweet to my friends. Alright, so PPD's still got issues here. That's why we haven't started up just yet. But to get successful roams coming up from C9, they're going to have to burn through every single smoke they've got. Like, starting off right now, they must buy out their smokes just so they can get that cooldown timer ticking again. So you can get more and more and more. Like, that's got to be their goal right now. Because if they don't, if they actually let Enigma have the free jungle as well, and he comes out with level 4 conversions at the 6-minute mark, the bottom tower is gone. With Jakiro and Pugna together, whatever tower those 3 heroes focus on is toast. Mass Open Wars won't help you. The only wave clearance they have is Light of Fist and Ether Shock. They could hold them off with a little bit of the treants, but as we already established, Liquid Fire and Nether Blast, they don't care about armies. They just push and push and push. Should also flag out too that the score on the top of the screen is 100% wrong, and it's the other way around.
Oh man, I only just noticed that. Wow.
Yeah.
You asked the admins to be updating the score.
Because I didn't do the score for the first couple of games. It's like, well, this is the full best of 3 coming up again, so putting the score in there doesn't actually help out for this game, but please remember for the next game. And then he did it, but the team swapped sides, and hey,
You should just do it on your own overlays. I mean, I know it's a hassle, right?
Hey,
but
we're going to in the future. We're going to in the future. Right now, I could talk about this probably more during our casual talk Dota after this, but right now the goal is building the studio. The overlay tool is coming, but I want to do it right when we do it. So for now we have basic overlays before we go into overlay tool. I could make up a dodgy version of it, which I can just attach to it. Oh no. Oh, we have lag. Breathing.
"30 seconds to battle." The battle begins.
Invisibility!
Just denied up a creep to help the top lane as well.
Alright, I'm back inside the game. So, greetings to everyone back inside the Dota TV. And would you believe, a full client reset and a reconnect back in again seems to have brought us to a place we want to be.
Yes!
Which is inside the lane. Let's get our bearings while we watch Phone 7 potentially die in the bottom lane. There's a lot of negative armor to be thrown out with Riptide as well as Gush from the first level. But it's both David on the off lane up against Prophet, just in case you need visuals with audio to do this. Phil will be the tight under on the bottom lane with PPD. Middle lane is a Fader match up against Arteezy as the partner. Good luck spamming anything there, Fader. There's going to be an Ember up against a Pugner. And up on top lane, it's an off lane Universe hero going for a different build than what he did last time. He's going for Liquid Fire as opposed to going for the Door Breath. But he is up against a double support, which is VS and a Shadow Shaman. Easy killing potential on a safe lane there. So all Universe has to do is not die. And he's good.
Well, there's anything that Universe is good at in the offlane, it is definitely not dying. He's adjusted his build a little bit as well, going for the boots first, because it looks like the call was made right from the draft screen. PPD was going to be spending more time bottom lane pressuring, and Universe is going to have to kind of fend for himself up on top. Just going to drop a cheeky ward around the corner here as well to block out the pull-through camp. I think just... No, actually, no, it won't block out the pull-through camp. He's just looking at the supports.
Yeah, he just wants to know when they're ganking. If he saw that, if he was looking to the side just then, he would have seen the smoke animation. It came out to roughly about this area here. So it's a smoke move from Pylai Dai. He's coming after Arteezy, because Arteezy, he's getting over-aggressive on Fader, and he might be in trouble for this one. Probably going to TP down. There's his screen change. Magic missile done. And first blood is spilled by Cloud9 after Arteezy put himself in a very, very aggro position.
Yeah, I believe they actually fixed it so that if you don't see the origin of the smoke, then you don't see the fringes of the animation. I know that it used to be that you could see smoke even if you couldn't see the location where it was cast, but I think that was fixed or changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed that patch log come through. Arteezy, they're going to gank up Pylai Dai. They know he's too far out. The Netherwall's being dropped, so Pylai, even if he throws the stun, he knows he's actually going to end up hurting himself more than helping himself. There's another blast in the moment. Prophet's coming in. Arteezy, he just needs one blast on Pylai with one basic attack to get the kill. It's going to be Universe they need it over to us. Arteezy backfiring up. Zai, good searing chain from Fader. Arteezy again has to back up. He can get through some basic attacks into Fader, and he can't actually keep himself alive. This is a horrible swing for Cloud9. They just inside the Midnight Pulse, giving Arteezy a double kill that could use the top lane. The high ground.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And they lose 3 heroes.
And at the same time, 2 heroes on EG just pushing out bottom lane, getting some good damage onto the tier 1. PP, so Pylai Dai's going to TP down here, but now he's stuck down here for a bit and won't be able to go for any
Getting a crack at top lane. He needs a time lock MB. He put 2 points into it. Now the shackles from Aoi. Universe, he has to get time locked twice inside the shackles once. And the second time as he came out. So RNG got working for Eternal MB. He's trying to help him along the way with his 2-point time lock.
Yeah. Nice pickup of the Orb and just that little bit extra killing power against the hero. Let the Rasta get around to get the shackles off, so nicely done.
Fader and Arteezy both came up for the top rune. It'd be a haste rune for Pylai Dai instead. Haste. He's not even going to hold on to it. PPD, however, he's got Ensnare available. So he could slow him down if he tried to commit a little bit further. But looks like Zai's back to his farming. Just drag him out and convert him up. And then even use Midnight Pulse to help him farm up. Riptide and all the assistants to help power level Enigmas. Oh, goodbye, Pugner. What the hell? 07 TP in, couple of trees, and they used the haste rune. Sorry, I was looking the wrong way. I was watching farm.
I mean, they saw that the haste rune was picked up on Pylai Dai, so Arteezy just not playing all that defensively. I guess maybe got searing chains to start as the haste was coming in, and then the stun was enough to secure the kill. So C9 are at least getting getting something out of this early game. Eternal Envy's finding a little bit of farm. He's got his treads up. We'll be able to maybe start finding some pickoffs once he has that Chronosphere. And how are things going for EG? Arcane's on the Tidehunter. Very good farm on Zai. Already up to 1200 gold, so things looking pretty good there. And once the mech and Arcanes are up, EG probably just gonna start moving.
When Fear has level 6, I expect these battles to change around. The whole idea of this EG lineup was meant to get early levels on the Jakiro, so he can get 3 points up in the Liquid Fire. That's all he's really looking for to burn out the towers. And the Enigma gets 4 points up in conversions, and the Pugna has level 4 on Netherblast. This point is level 3, but very close to level 4. And then they just group up as 5 to go. And C9 can't do anything. Even with the Chrono, they can't get close enough to do damage. Sleight of Fist isn't even leveled by Fader, so he can't come in and dish out damage. Unless we get like universe level Chronos coming out from Envy, which are able to catch 3 heroes on the perimeter, allowing the rest of your heroes to attack in. But the push is coming again in bottom lane. So this tier 1 tower with the illusions coming up, there is no defense. Instead, there's a gank on middle lane. They're coming right in the tree. Wave of Terror will scout him out between them, use spirits, interference, things like these, never one down, and the Crimson Fire drains into Fader. There's no follow-up here. Fader has to use Spirit to get away, but then he's not going to get far enough away. Running as fast as he can, but PPD will cut him off. So a 3-man gank fails. You lose the T1 tower in bottom lane, and Pylite Die is on the wrong side of the map at the moment, and this 5-man movement I was talking about now switches itself to the mid-tier 1 tower. Full life, but don't expect it to be in one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, in 10 seconds.
Yeah, look at that. The blast is just too strong. The blast as well takes care of most of the creep wave, even the catapult life. I'm actually good for tier 2 now. They have an army of convergence pushing the lane. You have a Parker, you still have a Tide Ravage, you have a Black Hole. Why back up?
They're a little bit low on mana for the Pugna, but he is going to run a Bottle Crow out and get this Illusion Rune, so yeah, looks like they can just keep on going. Okay.
No reason to hold up, man. If maybe for like in 17 seconds they get Arcade Boost from Fear, they're losing the tier 1 tower in top lane, and it looks like EG is going to try and send a message. They put the Jakiro back towards the top lane, I think he's just blasting the mid, and the Jakiro will ice path and hold the top tower out. There's no mass 7 more, so they can't force the issue here. And while you've still got, I say, why is he got a Tide Ravage, but he even backed up. You get a Black Hole at least. Arteezy needs one last blast. I got it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And the couple of extra Arteezys that were there. They bring down a
Radiant's
tier 1 and a tier 2 tower.
attack.
They hold their own tier 1 tower at half life. And actually already rotating bottom lane. They're looking at Bone 7's tier 2 tower on the bottom.
Bone 7 is having a shocking game, just by the way.
He hung around too long. Wait, Arteezy. He wasn't expecting to see him there. If he was, he would have just Decryptified blasted him straight away, and the Tide would have gotten range for a gush.
Yeah, Bone 7 went for a really greedy build to start. He thought he was going to have the clean 1v1 against the Tidehunter, so he didn't actually buy any regen at the start of the game, and the invis on PPD, which knocked him all the way down to a quarter life, meant that he couldn't stick around and actually secure early levels, and now he's level 3 with only 7 CS, and they're losing 2 towers, so the Nature's Prophet isn't really contributing anything. Bone 7's build is normally primarily based around pickoffs anyway, so once EG starts 5-manning, that kind of goes out of the window, and Bone 7, who is normally a rock for this C9 team, is crumbling a little bit this game.
I don't think even if EG were 5-manning and he tried to do a split push, he'd never have time. The push comes too fast. You've actually got Fear, who's completed a headdress, not a headdress, sorry, a Hood of Defiance. 9 minutes into the game. You have a mech on Zai. You have a puppet who has 1k gold. He just keeps pushing out lane. Now they're going to try and come in and kill off Arteezy. Mr. DD, there's rounds on top of him. There's already his blast off. If he can get a good Decryptified finish, he's got no mana for a drain. But the support comes in. That's a nice chrono, but they're still using most of its time. Fear. Now the Ravage will go. He's too low on life. The Liquid Fire will turning him out to the door, but into the instead. Pardo will lose his life as well. And 18 seconds of time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Respawn up. He'll come towards the top lane, and the tier 1 and tier 2 tower will be dead before we even hit 11 to 12 minutes. They don't have any repel.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And no chrono for 2 minutes. Push on, boys.
Dire's structures
there's nothing to stop GG at this point. Envy has a ring of hell.
I'm hoping this isn't his idea of a Battle Fury.
Dire's
It
top
could just be
tower
a
is
vet
under
at this
attack.
stage of the game, but
Dire's
magical burst
top tower
damage is
has
enough
fallen.
to tear you up.
Yeah, I don't know what Vanguard does.
The
Yeah,
only
he might have
Vanguard
been.
will be like, well, I have regeneration and life points. That's like the only thing he could afford. Building a Battle Fury, he'll have no room to farm anywhere. But what's he meant to build instead of farming the farm? That's I feel like the only thing. It's easy. He's draining out Vader at the
Dire's
moment.
top
Vader's
tower
got
is
no
under
steal here,
attack.
but it's 3 heroes being committed to kill off Arteezy, taking a very long time to do the regen room for Faith. That's okay. But you've still lost a tier 1, tier 2 tower. They might get another
Dire's
one with
top
PPD
tower is
there,
under
but he's
attack.
also got Song of the Siren.
Radiant's
He's
middle
already
tower
TPing
is
himself
under
into the
attack.
mid lane to defend that. And Envy doesn't have Chrono, still 30 seconds on cooldown. And Zai solo will finish on the top tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
How are you trying to defend this? Zai, don't use your ult. Just dive, man. How we actually threw down the Mass Serpent Ward so they can try and find at least one kill here. He's battling into the corner, tried to TP out. The swap had to be used in order to stop that TP because they used everything else they had. Time Lock was the only other way he would have actually stopped that TP out. He had to use the ultimate.
Okay, so C9 are out of outer towers 11 minutes into the game, which is not very good news for them at all. Fear pretty much already, well, he does already have a pipe completed, so that's looking pretty good. The only alternative theory I can offer to why Eternal Envy has a ring of health in its inventory is that he was in the side shop doing the shenanigans where you buy a ring of health and then sell it and buy a ring of health and sell it to just heal up. And then that team fight happened top and he had to scatter, but I don't even know if I believe that.
12 minute Euro step driver on a death shot, but of course on a Jakira. Of course it is. Commits the his ultimate. I don't know what they can do. I really don't know what they can do here.
Nothing.
I've seen this happen. I saw it happen in RV. I think the only thing which you can say right now is props for Cloud9 for surviving
Radiant's
longer than
top
RV
tower
did.
is under attack.
And now they come high ground. The Netherward's already been planted, they put an aggressive server ward in, the liquid fire, then that tower, we're 12 minutes in, and the tower loses
Dire's
half of
bottom
its life
tower
point,
is under
2/3 of its life point, in the space of 5 seconds, with guarded liquid fire on the Vader.
Radiant's top
He has
tower
to
is
back
Dire's
off.
bottom
There goes your
tower has
tower. That
fallen.
took a grand total of 10 seconds.
Dire's
Boyd
bottom
jumps in,
barracks are
full
under
man
attack.
Chrono, and Naga says, stop the
Radiant's
fun,
top tower
hold
has
the
fallen.
phone, and then bring up the black hole. Sideways reaches, but instead they just focus Eternal Envy, drain him out, the Ravage as well. He's almost every hero on Cloud9. Pilot Eye is gone.
Double
I don't want to call
kill.
GG before they're all dead, but
Killing
it's GG,
spree.
man. It's a triple
Triple
kill for
kill.
Arteezy. And there it is. Congratulations, in 13 minutes, the whole of glory, side by side, to celebrate the victory.
Dominating.
It will go
Radiant
to
victory.
EG, fighting back from being a full best of 3 down to a 2-0 win in the second set, taking not even 13 minutes to achieve it. Congratulations. Congratulations, EG.
What a run back. From getting knocked into the lower bracket in the very first round to winning the whole tournament. So there you go, EG. They're going to be thanking double elimination for that one. But also a really good performance out of C9. I think they faltered and lost themselves a little bit in this in the grand finals here. I was going to say that maybe the biggest mistake this game was not banning the Enigma during the draft, but I'm not even sure if that mattered all that much. You still had a bunch of heroes that were capable of picking up the mech, and they still had tower damage as well. So I think maybe even worse than that, the Faceless Void and the Shadow Shaman picks got punished in the same way that EG have been punishing the Shadow Shaman pretty much this entire tournament. I think that's the one hero that they've exploited the most for some of their wins they've had. They had the game with the Lycan Shadow Shaman where they just didn't care about the Mass Serpent wards in team fights. And they've exploited him in defensive tri lanes the entire tournament as well. But big props to EG, showing us that as I've said before, that there's still plenty left in this version, and I'm excited for what the next couple of weeks are going to bring as we start to get back into more and more tournaments, especially since the whole Dota scene will have been watching what happened here, since there aren't a bunch of there aren't multiple events going on at once.
Yeah, everyone really was watching this event, but it's going to get bigger and better. Here we go. Finally, the lights to reveal your champions, Evil Geniuses, on the main stage. Fear returning to the lineup. They get to take the victory. They couldn't triumph at TI. They got knocked out in the 3rd position, but at the first major LAN event post TI4, with most of the teams that were actually there, even if the teams weren't here, like Invictus Gaming, for example, who weren't involved in this competition, they did go through the qualifiers and got eliminated during the qualifiers. VG still came in, Newbie was involved as well. Every single major top Chinese team was there, and this may even just be one of those days where you can almost